Are we on?
Yes, we're on.
My fucking computer, man. Top of the evening to you. Top of the table for you. Until Hanukkah, we are top. Dolphins even won today. So it's a happy Sunday roast this evening, and you are here for that Sunday roast.
Welcome to the Sunday roast with Mike and Danny. This is Danny, and this is Mike, and we're kind of strange. We're in the tub, and we drink a lot. At least one of us does. This is not Mike's body, but that is Danny's, and that's really gross. Thanks for watching the Sunday roast. We love our fans. And here's Danny's mom.
His name's Michael.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And he's a Jew. You can tell he's a Jew. Look at
Ask him
him.
who's his daddy.
Magical moment. I can almost taste Danny. It's so close I can almost taste him.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. It's the Sunday roast with your hosts, Magic Mike and Danny the GFP.
This thing on?
Hello.
Is it working?
Hello, Mother.
Is this on? I cannot even explain what my computer is doing right now. It's an IBM from the late 1970s, but it's never given me a problem before. I don't understand it. It's Sunday, isn't it? Oh, now you're muted.
I put one of my lights on green to remind me to order some cat food. So I've gone and saved on the Amazon, the tax dodging fuckers. If you wouldn't spunk all of your money on houses, holidays, coming over here, going to football and buying extravagant motor vehicles, then maybe you could afford a couple of £100 for a shitty computer.
Well, it's never failed me before, but then again, neither have the underpants that I've been wearing for the last 20 years. So,
if we're honest, that computer wasn't working last week or the week before that.
I know it, and it works every single time, other than when we're doing this podcast. So I think it's actually an ABW issue.
I've actually had to change. Normally, I put the show down as entertainment on when we do the YouTube thing. I've had to change it because every single week we get blocked. For no advert, for no money. So normally we get a couple of quid a show. We get fuck all. So I've put it down as sport because they never block our sport ones. So maybe it's because all these 32 previous shows weren't entertainment, and that's why they're blocking us.
Well, exactly. I mean, there's nothing entertaining about this. So congratulations, you're Miami Dolphins, which I still don't really understand why you're a Miami Dolphin fan, but they're on a hot streak this year.
I have explained to you, when I started watching the NFL
in
1984, the Dolphins were good. I've been sold a lemon, as you lot would say. Oh, the Dolphins are good. They're going to have a great history. No, fuck all. Not a single Super Bowl have I seen the mighty Dolphins in. But this year, it's back on, much like the Arsenal.
If you started watching them in 84, then you would have seen a couple Super Bowls with them in it. But
are you sure?
Yes, Super Bowl 19 against the San Francisco 49ers. That might be the last time, though. But yeah, it's not been good, and frankly, it hasn't been good for Arsenal lately until this year.
Or maybe that was the year that we started doing. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask the Google. When did Channel 4?
That was. I don't know, with what was his name? Mick Luckhurst, the kicker that used to host the late night Channel 4 show. That was my one way of following American sport when I lived in London was through that late night.
Apparently, it's 1982 it started on Channel 4.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
So the first live show of a live Super Bowl was 83. So maybe it was about 80, 85 then, because actually they did a thing, indoor NFL. They did it in London, and that show were giving away tickets, the one that you were talking about. And me and my dad went, and that was 1988, and it was shit.
Yeah, the
Indoor NFL limited size squads and teams and things.
The Dolphins were in Super Bowl 17, which would have been like 1983, and then they were in 19, which was 1985, and then after that, yeah.
So it must have been 86 then, because I've never seen them in a Super Bowl. I've never seen an American Cup final.
Well, we're gonna see, we're gonna see Arsenal win the FA Cup of football, or the Super Bowl of football, which is of course the league. I mean, it's happening, right? I mean, we've never in the last 15 years or so have we been ahead at Hanukkah, which is how I gauge the opportunity to win the year.
It is my favourite of all the religious holidays.
It is. Hanukkah.
Yep, I do everything. I get the tinsel, I get the eggs, I get the Echo. What do you use during Hanukkah? And I get all the other stuff.
It's pretty much just candles, and they don't taste good. They don't taste as good as they used to.
Well, it depends where you put them.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got no faculties whatsoever of being able to show you what's been going on in my life. We didn't do one last week because you told me to do one last week. And
what was wrong last week? Did I give a reason?
I was feeling better than I had thought that I would be feeling on Sunday, and
last week.
Oh no! It was because you didn't want to last week.
Yeah, it was the Chelsea. It was the day of the Chelsea game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Sean was back. There you go. And
it's always Sean.
Friday I had a bath, which, as we know, that knackers me out. That took 2 hours. And then a couple of days after having a bath, I am always absolutely drained. And then so bath on Friday. Saturday, me and Sean went out. So in the cold, when I'm getting ready, that knackers me out as well. It takes me about an hour to get dressed. It used to take me 20 minutes, but because I'm getting old and arthritic and shit like that, and so that knackered me out. And then I think I didn't get out of bed, wake up on Sunday properly until about 8 o'clock. And today, 9:05 p.m, I still was in bed listening to the radio with all the lights off. Oh, it's lovely. I had the back of the bed up, I had the foot of the bed up. Yeah, I'm like a letter V. Oh, it's wonderful.
You started the process of untacoing yourself from bed and coming into the room much closer to the show than you normally do.
I know. I the other day for the who did we play for the Wolves game? From deciding that's it, sitting up in bed, to getting out of bed and getting dressed and getting in the sitting room, it took me 23 minutes. That is a record.
That's not bad, actually.
Well, because I only wear socks and a t-shirt, and I'm already wearing the socks in bed. That is terrible.
So, I know that you're curious about the lucky shirt because we are again on a winning streak. This is not the lucky shirt anymore.
No.
This shirt suffered a devastating loss against PSV Eindhoven.
PSV.
And was replaced by the pink one, which is now going to have an odor until at least Boxing Day, as it's. I did not wear any shirt during the Brighton game, as I took a nap, as the game was not televised, and I didn't really feel like staring at those at Jeremy Salah-Eddine and his bro on commentary.
It wasn't on anywhere.
Well, it was the Arsenal website had video commentary, not video of the match, but video of the people calling the match. So it was Jeremy Salah-Eddine, and who is one of my favorite players from when my kids started watching Arsenal.
Yes. But doesn't that show you what contempt they have for Arsenal fans? They couldn't be bothered to show the game because they don't give a fuck about us.
Well, now, who are we might have to argue about this. Who are the they that you're referring to?
I would say it is. Hold on, I've got a cheat here. It is the Football League, because it is a Football League competition. The Premier League is run by the FA, so the FA Cup and the Premier League, and the League cup is done by the League Association, and they are feckless bastards. They don't care about it.
I just constantly hear dopes blaming this on Arsenal. Like, why don't you put it on air? And they can't. I mean,
they're not allowed. They sell. It's a whole package for them.
It would ruin.
They get given X amount of money for the rights, and then those people who have the rights do whatever the fuck they want. And at this time, they decided to do nothing with it.
So that didn't count. So again, the pink shirt, it's good. It works. Watched the game yesterday at the DC Armory Supporters Club, part of Arsenal America, in downtown Washington DC. It's a new place for them, and I say them because I'm normally joining the Arlington club, but of course the Arlington club is temporarily without a home since our pub was destroyed by a Uber that drove right into it and set the place on fire. So that place will be out of
How are they getting along? Do they have a fundraiser?
Yeah, we had a fundraiser. We, they've got funds, they've got insurance, but it's going to take 9 months to rebuild the place. So I joined some old friends that I used to watch games with in DC. I had an event with my old high school, the American School of London, did a DC based kind of program yesterday, reunion / program about news journalism. So I was eager to attend and make some connections for my daughter, the budding journalist. So spent the afternoon in DC yesterday. Good game, good second half. You think we got this? You think this could happen?
Well, we shouldn't really be talking football, but quite frankly, that's all these heathens want. So I'm going to share with you my where is it? Football, my Google Sheets, and then Arsenal seasons. A little bit of an update from last time that we did it. So it is actually amazing viewing. I've done a couple of.
And as you do that, if again, as always, if there's any topics, my bonus topic list is completely, again, it is even
null and void.
It's other computers even. Let me show.
You're breaking up. NASA, we need more power. Geordie, we need more power. How can he do it, Captain? There you go. That's 2 Star Treks together for you. Don't ask for Balana. She'll rip your face off. Speak.
I don't know what's going on. Technology is not on my side today. So go with it. If anyone has any topics they want us to talk about so that I'm not bitching about my computer constantly, now's the time to come up with them. Off to you, Dan.
Right then, students, as we can see, this is the league. This is the league games only, and the first 5 this season we won, then we lost, and then we won 4, then we drew, then we won 3. So far this season, in 14 games, we have won 12 of them. So I wondered, in previous seasons, how long did it take us to win 12 games, which is the blue one on each line? Last season, it took us 22 games to win 12. Season before that, 28 games to win 12 Premier League games. And then the Mikel Arteta, Unai Emery season, was it this one? I think it might have been.
1920.
Yeah, it took us, are you ready, boys and girls, mums and dads, cats and dogs, sitters and standers, 33 league games for us to win 12. This season has taken us 14. And then you look back at, to put it in some kind of context with I haven't done it. If we look at that season there, 4, 7, 12, that's this one. Right, change the background colour of that to blue. Can you see that? Has it updated it as I moved it? No, of course it has. I don't know why StreamYard does that. It won't let you scroll through the screen. So in the Invincible season, 18 games to win 12.
Yeah, we're better. We're better than the Invincible team right now. We just, we're clearly vincible.
Yeah,
but we could be better. I honestly, I get in debates about this all the time. Now maybe it's because I didn't technically live through that season. I was too preoccupied with my infant son. and being 5,000 miles away with no games on television. But
Pathetic excuses.
yeah, but 12 draws, and I don't, this isn't about standards or anything like that. I think to say I hope people don't think that they're the greatest team of all time. It is an accomplishment that might never be matched again, but I think it's much more impressive, for example, getting 105 points or whatever it is that Manchester City got a couple of years ago. And just absolutely, maybe you drop one game in the season, but it's just not even close because you win 30, 34 instead of 26. I don't know. Maybe maybe this is sacrilege, but people ask all the time, would you exchange the Invincibles year for a Champions League title? And that's kind of tough because then you're giving away something that's never happened before.
No.
I don't know, man.
But I've brought up the our other seasons. We brought the Invincible season, 18 games. You can see that on the screen. 18 games to win 12. And then we've got the double season of 02. That took us 23 games to win 12. And then the 98 double season, my favourite season, that took us 24 games to win 12. And then the George Graham era, the 91 championship winning side, where we only lost one game all season. That only took us 19, as did the Anfield 89 season. That also took us 19. So to have won 12 out of 14 games, be 5 points clear at Christmas, that, dear boy, is a thing of absolute beauty, isn't it?
And we've won games in every possible way. We've won them in just
even when we're playing shit, we're winning.
We've come from behind. We've protected 1-0 to the Arsenal leads, and it's been fantastic. All right, I'm desperately behind the scenes trying to upload these pictures. I have like 16 or 17 pictures and videos to share. The only one I've been able to upload so far is going to be one of the more embarrassing ones. But since you love to talk about your illnesses and doctor's visit, I had a routine dermatologist visit this week.
Dermatology? Skin?
Yes.
Have you got skin?
I have more skin than I'd like to.
Are you more blubber than skin, or is that the same thing?
Well, the skin has to cover the blood.
Meat bag. Got you. Carry on.
So I don't know how I know your health system's obviously different than ours. In our health system, we have health insurance, and my health insurance essentially for the first X amount of money, I'm not going to go into what it is, but the first X amount of money that you spend on medical care comes out of your pocket. And once you hit that amount of expenditures, then it's covered 100%. And it resets on January 1st.
$1 billion.
No, you don't need to look away. In fact, you won't want to look away. You might want to cover your ears, but you're not going to want to look away at all. So I have reached about a month or so ago that maximum. So basically, anything between now and the end of the year is free and without having to wait 6 months like you would over in Britain. So I'm I make all these different appointments just to kind of get myself checked out, get a tune-up, and so I had a couple of like moles and stuff on my body that I wanted to get checked out. So I go to my dermatologist's office website to schedule an appointment, and the main guy that I've been seeing for 10 or 12 years is booked until January. Well, that won't do me any good because I need to be seen before January or I have to pay full price for it. So I look at the available appointments, and there's one physician's assistant who's available on Friday, the 11th of November. So I schedule an appointment. This appointment is to get something on my hand checked out, get a couple of things on my belly checked out, and then a small pimple that I started to notice a few months ago, right in between my ass cheeks. No, there will not be a picture of that, so don't worry.
If it was me, there'd be a picture.
Just right on the kind of the top of my ass cheeks, in between the ass cheeks, in a weird, awkward position. And
if there are any ladies listening, calm yourselves.
So when I make the appointment with the available physician's assistant, Dr. Kaiser, I happen to see on the website.
Kaiser.
I happen to see on the website a picture of her.
Oh, hello.
Now
I've got a dodgy mole somewhere as well. It's on my wingtip.
Now I was caught in two minds.
I bet you fucking were.
Do I find every possible other thing that could possibly be wrong with my penis? Or is it going to be the most embarrassing appointment of my life? Because I'm not really looking for somebody that attractive to be having to look at and probably put her finger in my butt crack without it being anything that, that I'm paying for. Well, I guess technically I was paying for it. So yeah, it's a little awkward. All for doctors of all shapes, sizes, genders, nationalities, persuasions, creeds. I don't know what that means, but people always talk about, every creed. But yeah, I think I was blushing and erect the entire time during the appointment, which, and I was invited to leave. But yeah, so I guess this is more of a comment about me and my lack of comfort with with a doctor that I find fairly attractive. Fortunately, my regular doctor and my podcast partners, I have no attraction to, so there's no concern. I'm not erect at this moment. But that story just got told because it's the one out of like 30 pictures that seems to want to upload. So now,
how did it turn out then? Did you go and see her? Does she listen to the podcast now? Is she listening right now?
Oh, I'm going to assume no. Oh, but yeah, no, I went and there was touching of the mole, not anything else. But hi guys, did she get paid extra for delving into Mike's butt? I mean, you get paid by mass, so she got paid a tremendous amount. I left a 100-pound note on the counter when I left. Now, if she was my proctologist, then I don't know that I could.
What's the gist of it then? Were you embarrassed? Can
Yes.
they fix it? Are you dying?
I was embarrassed, but thanks to her, I'm healthy. I'm not.
Did you remove it?
We'll see. Oh, and I'm going back. And I'm going back next month.
Ah.
I actually am going back because there's a second type of check that I need. But yeah, so I'm going back for another go.
Lucky lady, that's all I can say.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm sure there's just saliva all over the floor every time that she has an appointment. But yeah. Anyway, so that's the only photo that I've been able to upload.
Let's send them to me on WhatsApp, you minge, and then I'll upload them for you. Then we can share them with the wonderful listeners, viewers. There's 18 of you now. Glory days.
We've retained some of our audience, but so what else? Yeah, I'm going to do that. What else you want to play? Oh, I forgot. We were gonna play last week the highlights from the shootout that Andy and I had a couple years ago. And if we play that, it will actually give me time to send you all of my stuff. So
I think they deserve the pleasure of seeing two top-class international footballers at their peak playing the beautiful game.
It is a display of athletic prowess.
Yes.
And let's see, the Gooners Pod Shootout for the Ages, I believe it was called.
Are you playing a YouTube video for it?
Oh yeah, it's on our page.
It's on Pornhub.
It's on the Gooners Pod. We uploaded it to Pornhub. Let me search for that.
That's so interesting. We've got 3 questions. I'm not going to read them what they are. One about meat, one about fridges, and one about death.
Sounds like a perfect perfect last hour of the show. This is what I look like when I'm just completely exasperated by things that are outside my control. So
go and buy a new computer. How long did it take me moaning at you to get a new microphone?
It's got naught to do with the computer. Hold on, where's
it
my
not?
phone?
Got nothing.
Isn't that how you say it? N-O-W-T?
Got nothing.
No, to do with my computer. It's just a weird internet thing, and I don't.
You know what you need, don't you? Cheer you up. Titties. They're not the Bakewell tarts. You filthy-minded heathens. Because as you know, I've not been up long, and so I've not eaten, and I bought £26 worth of shit from. I should tell you this story later. I've actually got a story to tell you, you beautiful bastards.
We'll start it now because I'm still trying to figure.
Oh, okay. I decided. What day was it? This would have been. Yesterday was Saturday, so I went to bed Thursday night, and then I closed my bedroom door over so the cats can't get in straight away. And I got this big 1 kilo lump. It's called Naughty Cat. It's on a bit of string. It's like a door blocker, like it's a heavy bag thing. I put it behind my door so my cats can't shove the door open because Dora is the only one who does just come and sleep on the bed. And so she managed to get it open as soon as, because when I sit by my bed to get changed and get into bed can take me, and then get the covers and duvet ready. It's only a duvet, there's no covers, and get my pillow in place. And then, so I'm all ready to go and I've got my telly going. That can take me half an hour. Dora will not wait half an hour. Because she is a min. She is the baby out of all my cats. I've got 4 of them. And no doesn't mean no to her. So she comes in and then she's sitting there and she's... She doesn't meow properly. She just has this whine. And I said, no, wait. Oh, that would be my Apple Tango diet, obviously. And so then she tries to... I said, no, wait. So my chair is facing this way and the bed... and against her chest of drawers, and so normally she comes up the back of the chair, just jumps over it onto the bed. No, she decided to go around the front of the chair, and there's no, and then so the front of the chair is here, and my bed is there, and so there's no room for her to jump. So what she decided to do was claw up onto the chair, and as she's clawing her way up, she put a nail through the tire of my fucking chair, didn't she? I didn't realise until the next day when my tire was flat, and then I remembered when she climbed up, she went back onto the bed, then she went back to the chair, and she was looking around like that. Obviously, hearing this, so I thought, fuck, I always keep at least one inner tube spare. I don't fix them. That's for poor people. So I rang Sexy Frank and I said, Sexy Frank, I never call you because he's got 3 young kids to deal with and his missus is got flu at the moment. I said, my tire's punctured. Can you come over? He went, yeah, I'll be over there later. And so he comes over and then he changes it and my mum's here. No, hold on. No, this happened on Thursday night, Friday morning. So I'd spent, Wednesday night, Thursday. The gist of it is that when it happened, I only realised at about 8 o'clock at night. So that would have been on the Thursday night. So it must have happened Wednesday night, Thursday morning, AM. So by the time I wake up at 8 p.m. the next day, Thursday night, I've got a flat tyre. I can't move. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to ring anybody at 8 o'clock at night. So I think, get up and have a wee. And then I go back to bed. And so Friday afternoon, Frank comes round because I messaged him early in the morning. So I've been in bed for 2 days. Not a problem. I've got a lovely big telly. I've got Amazon. I've got Netflix. I've got YouTube. I like to sleep. So I did all of that lot. So I've been in bed for 2 days. I was going to use the electric chair, but it's absolutely freezing and I don't want to have to get in there. And so Frank comes over. Huh?
You're not a murderer that needs to be killed, so...
That is true. So the gist of it is, I've been in bed for 2 days. Frank comes round on the Friday, fixes it for me, and then I order it because I haven't eaten in 2 days. I'd had a 1 breakfast bar in 48 hours, but that's fine. So I went, oh, I'm hungry. Never. This is the fable of this. The story of never order Uber. What's it called? Deliveroo when you're hungry. £26 worth of shit. Bakewell tarts, crisps, sweets, chocolate. Biscuits. So ordered all of that lot, and then I decided I didn't really want most of it, so I put all this half of the sweets in the bin, fobbed some of the chocolate off onto my mum. I did have the cheese rolls though, that was lovely, and then I go to bed and then wake up later in that Saturday and the tire's flat again. I'm thinking, now I know she hasn't done it again because she has to wear my material on my seat will be all roughed up where she's grabbed into it, and we have got no idea how the tyre went down. But I did notice that night when I was going to bed, I was leaning to the left a little bit, and I was thinking, "Fuck me, something's up with the." So he changed it again, and now the old inner tube is pumped up and sitting in the bath. So seeing if that's going to go down on its own. And so the gist of it is, I've got a big bag of Doritos, and I've got some Bakewell tarts, and some jalapeno extra strong crisps, and that's what I've been living on. And
I viewed you eating a tremendous amount of crisps while I was trying to upload things before the podcast.
That had to be my Dorito tangy cheese, but we've got no idea what. Luckily, when it happened, I ordered 2 more inner tubes, only £6 each, because I didn't know where my one was. Then Sean's mum come round, found the inner tube for me, and the Frank come and fit. So now I'm back. I had 3 perfectly good inner tubes. I've now got 1 spare. Oh, but I'm thinking, this is the kind of shit that happens to me. And Sean's away. She couldn't do it. Sean's mum has gone down to see her mate. She can't really change an inner tube. Big Bob, who does everything for me, he's down in Devon, and he's not going to drive 5 hours to come back here and change my tyre. And I'm thinking, who else can I ask? I don't like to have to ask Frank because he's a busy man. But he come round, and then he come round yesterday as well on Saturday. He had his 2 daughters, Lily and Ruby, with him. And they went, oh, but he's still in bed. But they're only little, I think they're 4 and 7. And so they stayed there. I bribed them with Pokemon cards. That's a really nice short thing. 2006, Sean was at the same school that Lily is now, and they went for a Pokemon phase. And I bought Sean, as you can imagine, hundreds of Pokemon, so she'd be the popular child. Sean played with them.
So you tried to buy popularity for your daughter.
Yeah, she had no interest in what the cards did, just having them and swapping them because that's what they did. And now, 16 years later, Lily, Frank's daughter, I mean, Frank's only 3 years younger than me.
How does he only have 1 daughter if he's that sexy?
He's got him and Sharon have got 1.
Have we seen a picture of him?
I'll put one up. There is Frank and Sharon are married. They've been married for, I don't know, 20 years. They've got a son, Dom, who's 30. And he's got 2 kids, so they're grandparents. And then they have 3 more kids. Easy tiger. They've got 3 more young kids, which are all under the age of 7. They're just a second spurt of life, and they are the most wonderful people you ever meet. And their kids are all wonderful as well. And Dom's a gooner, and Dom's got a couple of kids, and their kids are going to be gooners as well. And so, yeah. And so I said to Sean the other day when she rang, I said, you know your Pokemons you have. If you're 7, what year are you in at school? You're year 2, I think.
Yeah, second
year
grade.
2 or yeah. So I said, Sean, remember when you were in year 2 or 3, you had all the Pokemon cards, did you? I said, Lily is in year 2 or 3. She's the same age as you were. She's at the same school you were, and now I've given her 70 of your old Pokemon to take back to school. So all the Pokemon are going back to school. 16 years later. That should be a film. Have I waffled long enough for you to get pictures yet?
Yes. So the plural of Pokemon is Pokemon. I just want to make sure, because that's what I've learned from this whole story.
Oh.
All right. You now have because I can't get anything done here. You have the link to the shootout in the private chat, and 17 media pieces in WhatsApp. So
Okie dokie. I'm just going to go and get a...
Danny's about to become a very busy man.
Customize files, all files.
Yeah, but start with the fucking with the shootout. Just share the screen and show the shootout so that we can because my thing's just got this is what I'm dealing with right here. Let me just
biddly bing.
Yeah, this is what I've got on my stupid ass situation.
I have to go through them all one by one. That's me. Yeah. I should have known you'd be bloody. That won't play.
This is what we got right now.
There's none. I can't see any there that are football.
Before you do that, just go to the private chat and share your screen and play the shootout so that we can.
I was looking in the WhatsApp for the shootout.
No, in the private chat. It's so private.
Okie dokie, sir.
Right next to the picture of my.
Got it.
My schlong.
I am now going to wait for the. I've got to wait for the. I'm not advertising the fucking World Cup here. Skip ads. Pause. Then I go back here. I was looking through WhatsApp for the video.
Oh, now it's working. Now it's working. All right, let me.
Are you going to do it?
I'm going to try. We'll see how long it works. But this was from 2019.
Pre-Woo Flu.
It was. This was approximately 9 to 10 hours prior to our interview with Josh Kroenke, which we didn't realize was going to happen. This was actually to raise money for Gooners versus Cancer. It was one of the very first things that we did. So here we go. God, I still had hair.
I don't think you clicked add audio, did you? So they can't hear it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, bugger.
Can't
you
hear
have to go. Now close it. Stop thing. And then do it again. But then the bottom left is a little box. It says share audio.
I don't see
so
that.
So if you do that, then while you're doing that, I'm going to go and get a cut. I've got a video of Frank that's already there. And then I'll go and get all your photos because it won't let me download them all in one go. I have to do them separately because they're a pain in the ass.
I don't even see where it says share audio. Oh, yes. Here now. Of course I do. All right. So let's start this over again.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the shootout that nobody asked to see. Hold on. Look at that comb over.
You were undercover at the time. It's understandable. Can you hear me? Oh dear. That won't let me do it.
I had a heart attack directly after this, by the way.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It won't let me download videos from WhatsApp.
Oh, good. Don't worry about the videos, though.
Go to message. No. It's not having any of it.
Look at this pure power.
Why isn't it letting me download a video can't be played? Did you mean to send one of Lee Judges and you and Andy?
Yes.
Print card.
Oh, look at the kick save.
Save as.
Kicked it to the only place I didn't have to move.
I don't know why it won't let me save any of the videos.
Because you're a dick.
That could well be it. I'll delete that one. I'll delete that one.
Look how ready.
Can any of the listeners hear the audio? Because I can't.
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, fuck's sake. Why are you only telling me that now?
I was busy trying to sort all your things out.
All right, well.
You've ruined it. It's all gone now. Oh.
I'm struggling today. All right. Sorry about that. I won. Let's just put it that way. Well, you can go. You can if you care to watch that, you can go to the Gooners Pod and search for Penalty Shootout and watch it. It's incredible. It's the most incredible thing I've ever been a part of in my entire life, and I have a family.
Someone couldn't accept the result, could they?
No. I think he was.
Shocking.
Spoiler alert! It went to extra time. It went to a sixth round. So So there is that.
Can you see all your pictures up?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we're back in the game.
All right. So what do we got here?
Oh, maybe the videos will work. I was trying to upload them to. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it won't work.
The Florida house.
Go on.
Your future home
Mm-hmm.
and mine is almost ready.
Oh,
We will be in 4 weeks, and tell me if you think they've got more to do than 4 weeks will allow. Well, here's this might be, well, this can't be your bathroom because there's not enough room in there.
no room.
Yeah, what do we got here? I don't know what order these are in. I think that is in the laundry, if I remember.
That's his and hers sinks.
Yeah, but oh no, that might be this. Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't
That is
even know his own house.
That's
Fuck
our
me.
bathroom. No, I don't. I haven't been in there yet. That's a look from the front. We have a great yard. Looking forward to mowing that.
Don't you have a boy that does the mowing?
Oh yeah, I haven't mowed the lawn in 30 years. I'm not doing that.
Good.
The shower. This is where nudity will be occurring.
Woohoo! Where's the camera going?
That is the camera, the thing in the middle. That's where I'm doing the podcast from. This is one of the guest baths. I don't know why the toilet has a big box on it. I hope they remove that before my
Toilet lid.
my first time sitting on it. But let's see, there's another view.
Why have you got a bungalow and not a taller house?
Florida's almost all the houses are just one level.
That's good. Does it flood there often?
Well, not where we are. About 15 minutes away, it was destroyed from Hurricane Ian. But so yeah, this will be done in a month apparently. I guess it won't take that long, but there still seems to be a lot of stuff undone. There's the kitchen. And,
You got an island.
Oh,
Will there be photos of you naked laying on that?
Yes. There will be.
Whoa! I'm glad to see you don't have any ceiling fans. I hate those fucking things.
Oh yeah, that's the laundry. All right, and then this was yesterday at the pub.
Who's
My
that
first-
gentleman?
My first Arsenal friend that I met the first time I went to see a game in DC is Rio, who is the guy on the right. That was not 8 years ago. This is yesterday. The lucky shirt was in full effect, and yeah, it was a good day. We won. We did. We won 2-0
We did.
against Wolves. Yep, I'm breaking news here. All right, let's see Sexy Frank. I see you've uploaded something about Sexy Frank on there, so let's see him because we're going to need to go to questions after this because I'm pretty much out of material.
Where have I gone? Where is it?
Here.
He fell off and I bloody wasn't filming it.
That's Sexy Frank.
So why has he had 2 weeks?
In
Do
the
your bunny
background
up, your endo.
Is that
Your half
is
pike.
that a convertible?
Made that up. That's a
That's
diving
Frank's
move.
CLK 55 AMG. And he'd only just got it, and Sean is sitting in it. But we didn't realise that Sean had stood in something black and oily. And so after this video, we go and see that there's oil all over the leather seats, all over the carpet, and all over the side of the car.
It's just
Is that all
body
you
oil.
can do?
Oh, this was 16 years ago. All of these men are now in their mid-20s.
I mean, between you and me, he's not that sexy.
How dare you, sir? How very dare you? Where is the... Did I put it on... Did it put it on there on videos? Oh, there, Frank BMX. I'm sure I added another picture. Oh, here we go. There's Sexy Frank and Travis, his dog.
And what what is he doing to the dog in this picture?
Keeping him from attacking children.
That's not
It
what
was
looks
a
like.
hungry dog. He's dead now.
Now that's a sexier picture than what we were watching before, but mostly just for the dog.
I broke my tooth up here is broken. On my birthday in 2020, peak COVID, I had a sweet, and the sweet split my tooth in half. So I went to the dentist, and they did a temporary filling on it, and then that temporary filling fell out about a month ago. And so I've been careful, and a couple of bits have chipped off, and now I had to buy some temporary filling because the NHS in this country is fucked and the dentists are all fucked. And then we're going to have a budget on next Thursday and it's going to fuck everyone even more. I mean, I'm all right, but the rest of the world will not be all right.
And here's a picture of your dentist. Hold on, where'd she go?
I'll delete that woman. So I can get all your photos of your house.
Was it making you too horny?
Too horny? I need to go and look.
Anyone getting here late unfortunately missed the picture of the woman who had to stick her finger between my butt cheeks on Friday.
That will come up again.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to go to some of these questions? Yeah, he does. You know what? He does kind of look like a skinny Frank Lampard, sexy Frank, and his name's Frank as well.
It's been a one game with me. Leeds beat us at home. I said, "You'll never come in again." He went, "I never want to fucking come again."
Well, you need to make him come again.
Oh,
if you know what I'm saying.
I'm trying to find Sean's her new store. Now, where the fuck is Nottingham on here? That's Sheffield. It can't be Ilkeston she lives in. That's Leicester. That's Derby. Where the fuck is Nottingham's been removed off my map. There's Stoke.
Thank goodness. It's about time.
Yeah. Coventry, Corby, Leicester, Loughborough. Why can't I find fucking Nottingham?
Nottingham get better. Anyway. Because Nottingham got better off of your map.
I do believe that she's now working at her new store. She's only there until February, and it's in Ilkeston, which is in a shithole, and it's near the middle of Nottingham, I think. Yeah, Loki will know where it is. And so she's working there. She started working there 2 weeks ago, and then she was going. Oh, she's talking to one of the blokes who, a young man. He's only in his early 20s. And I just happened to mention the football. She went, "Oh yeah, Arsenal won." He went, "Oh yeah, I know." She went, and he said, "Do you support Arsenal?" She said, "Yeah." He went, "Oh wow," something like that. Maybe he didn't say wow. Maybe he said, "Oh, that's interesting," like most 21-year-olds do. And then he said, "Oh, do you like football?" She said, "Yeah." And then she said, "They're talking a little bit about it." And she went, "Oh, my dad does a podcast." He went, "Oh!" And you know what? What's the first question they always ask, don't you?
Do you know Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan had some really good guests on this week for people. Yes. And then he said, "Do you know, is it AFTV?" He went, "Well, he knows some of the people from AFTV, but no." And he said, "Oh, what's it called?" And she said, "A Bergkamp one." And he went, "I've listened to that. Is your dad Danny?" And she said, "Yeah." He went, "Oh, listen to one." And then it was all downhill from there. But he said he liked it. And then
you guys were the gold standard for a while.
Not anymore.
I don't know what happened to you guys, but
yeah. We had 500 listeners to the podcast last week on YouTube. It's almost not worth bothering. And that's why I didn't do a show yesterday, because I knew that no one would fucking go, I can't bother to do a show. We're only top of the league, the best run of football ever. And we're playing great football. We're smashing everyone. 5 points clear. I'm busy. I don't know. I'll let you know. That's it. I don't even bother fucking asking them. I went and did one with the wonderful same old Arsenal with Amanda and Chris and Albert. And it was a wonderful show. Because that podcast, they all want to do podcasts. My 13, Judas.
My 13. My 6,
I referred to Jeff Arsenal in the WhatsApp group as the ABW ghost of Christmas past. Yeah, none of them apart from Chris can be fucking, maybe Karl. Other than that, but saying that, John's on this week, people. This Tuesday. It'll be John and Chris, and then probably me, because none of those other fuckers will turn up.
Yeah, we're trying to do one this week, but I say that every week, so we'll see what happens.
So it's a sad time in the world of football when your own podcast people cannot. If we lose 8-0, oh, fuck me, they'll all be there.
Question from, how would you pronounce that? Skiggy Spray?
I just called him Sky.
All right. Anyone know what Arsenal are going to do while the World Cup is on? I mean, to keep momentum. Well, as a matter of fact, they
working
have
in Asda.
Pretty big schedule for the World Cup, and I because my computer's not working, I think I shall just put my phone up. But this is what I'm seeing. This is a special gerbil reveal right here, if I can get it to work. without.
Oh, stop.
There we go.
There. It says Arsenal's potential World Cup schedule, November 13th to December 3rd, approximately 10 days off, followed by training in London. 28th of November, Arsenal v Watford, London Colney. 4th of December, travel to Dubai, a warm weather training camp. 8th of December, Arsenal v Lyon at the Makatoum Stadium. Fucking hell. 13th of December, Arsenal v Milan. 14th of December, travel back to London.
That's known as the Mike Hurst Derby, by the way, because he won't be able to figure out who to root for there.
And 17th of December, Arsenal v Barcelona. We're playing pre-season friendlies.
December 17th.
Oh, rock and fucking roll, Michael.
Arsenal v Barcelona. But who's going to, I mean, like what players for those teams are going to be there?
Oh, well, we've only got 8 going to the World Cup.
No, we've got 10.
10?
Yeah, and I think 8 of them are in our starting 11, which I guess would make sense, because if you're not in the starting 11 for Arsenal, you're probably not going to the World Cup. But yeah, I think we've got 8 to 10. Other teams have more. I saw some sort of a spreadsheet on Twitter about teams whose players were not only going to the World Cup, but most likely to make it into the knockout stages. And City and United are going to have some tired. But is it though? I mean, aren't they playing the same amount of football or less than they would normally be playing anyway? I mean, why are they going to be so tired?
It's roughly the same. Remind me to ask you what Ronaldo has done.
Oh yeah, I heard something that he couldn't even let United enjoy a win, but I don't know what he did.
Okay, this is the graphic that there is 10. Save image. Abishi Bashi Boshi, save it there. Yeah, from memory, I thought it was a grid of 4x4.
Yeah.
It is not a grid of 4x4. It was a grid of 5x5, young man. So here we go, and down here, it's this show is flowing like warm jam. There we go, and I stole
the Ronaldo thing. He went and gave an interview to Piers Morgan.
Cunt.
Basically saying that in advance of the World Cup that he's being forced out by Erik ten Hag and others at the club, took shots at Wayne Rooney, questioned the club's evolution and facilities, and wants to be wants to be sold before the end of the season. I guess in January he wants to go. Feels betrayed, but that comes after not reporting to camp on time in the preseason, trying to force a transfer, leaving the field early in one game, and showing a lack of professionalism when it mattered.
Hold on, but after that game that he left the field early, he was captain the next game.
Because that's somebody with no non-negotiables. And he said, I don't have respect for Ten Hag because he doesn't show respect for me.
Boom, in your face, you Dutch toilet.
Since Fergie left, I saw no evolution in the club. The progress was 0. I don't know why Rooney criticizes me so badly. Probably because he finished his career and I'm still playing at a high level. I'm not going to say that I'm better looking than him, which is true. That's a quote.
Say that?
That's a quote. This is not a
fuck it.
This is not like a spoof website. Ronaldo also called out the club for what he said was a lack of empathy after his daughter was hospitalized in July, resulting in him not arriving on time for preseason training. We all know that story. Very, very sad. Had twins. One of them was passed away. The other needed a lot of medical care. The attacker claims like that's the position he plays. I thought they meant that, they were calling him the attacker because he was attacking Manchester United. So, the attacker claims senior executives of the club doubted his explanation for not being able to return on time. Woo!
I've had to go and allow some people's comments because they're even trying to get around the swear filter. It's Mark and Demsec. I've just gone and allowed all of your...
Demsec is a dirty, dirty mouth.
He's got potty mouth. So hopefully they've come up. Our Femi in the group has put... Ronaldo's just thrown a grenade into Carrington. Never seen anything like it, but it's funny. Everyone got it. The manager, the technology, Wayne Rooney, Ralph Ragnick, even the chef.
I didn't see
And there's a
anything about
second
the
part
show.
to it that hasn't come out yet, isn't there?
One of the greatest things that's happened to Manchester United haters is them re-signing Ronaldo. I mean, I think we were all quaking a little bit when it happened, but it's turned into one of the best things. And I absolutely would have. It could have done a lot more damage. The team's actually done quite well to get to where they are, and fucking today pissed me off with that last second winner. But
is that what it was? I was listening in bed, and then I put the Formula One on. There's nothing. I'm at my.
It was like 93rd minute, I think. It was injury time, and some guy who wears 45 or above scored the winning goal with just moments left, just seconds left.
Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah, and
he scored a couple of weeks ago as well. No.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. How is there a guy for Brighton whose last name is McAllister who's on the Argentinian national team?
Has there ever been anybody who sounds more Scottish than Alex McAllister?
I mean,
you know what that is, though, don't you?
Well, I think his mother was born in South America or something.
Loads of people went. That's why there's a whole area.
Is that the Falkland? Is that the Falkland connection?
No, there's a whole area of Argentina that they speak German. It's the language for that area, and a load of Scottish people went down to live there. That's how you got football teams down like St Higgins or Higgins FC. A load of Scottish people went to live there because anywhere's lived better than living in certain parts of Scotland, mainly Glasgow. Oh, here you go. Loki's got it. A lot of Scots and Welsh in Argentina. Yes. I was going to share something. Did I put it in here? You know, it's been so long. Oh, this is what we were talking about. All the players we have at the World Cup. Gabriel Martinelli. He won't be playing much. Jesus. I
you don't think?
He'll be playing. No, maybe a few sub games, but Jesus will be playing. Tommy is injured, so he won't be playing. Saliba won't be playing. Xhaka will. Partey will. Turner will. Saka will. Ben White and Ramsdale won't. So there's only...
I think Saliba plays.
No, he won't. Chris said he won't. You've got Raphael Varane and the other one.
You think they'll play Varane over Saliba?
Of course they will. The French and the man Deschamps is an absolute prick. That's why you've got so many decent French strikers that are never going to play.
I'm fine with that. I'd actually kind of prefer that. But
no, I don't want any of them to play. So when so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of those are going to be playing regularly. I don't think Jesus will be playing every game.
Yeah, who do they start up front? They've got Neymar. They've for some reason they seem to have this fetish over playing with Charlison.
He's coming back from an injury, so I don't think he'll be playing much.
I mean, they don't play for another week. Brazil might play Neymar over Martinelli. I think they would play Neymar over Martinelli. I just don't know that Neymar is just the direct competition for Martinelli to get into the squad right now. Yeah, Vinicius deserves to be in the squad. That's true.
I'm going to go down and I'm going to find our Brazilian wonder. Gabriel's unlucky not to be in the squad, but they're going to expect him to be called up because one of the pensioners they got playing at the back. I expect one of those to get injured. But I'm just looking at
if Roberto Carlos gets hurt in the first game, then I think we'll definitely see Gabriel called up.
Brazil national side. He's got 19 in 56. It's not bad, is it?
Who? What?
Jesus has got 19 goals for Brazil in 56 games.
We probably got 18 in one game and then and 1 in the other 55 games.
Don't besmirch his good name. Well, their last game, they beat Tunisia 5-1. Did he play? No, he didn't.
I was probably
play.
sleeping during that.
No, he didn't play in the one where they won 5-1. And then the one before that, they beat Ghana 3-0. That was in September. Did he play in that? He didn't start the game. Did he come on as a sub? Nope. And then the one before that was they beat Japan 1-0 in June. Did he play in that? No.
But look, even if
he came on as a sub, so he's only in the last 3 games. He's only played 1 game, and then he came on as a sub for so did Martinelli.
So if you play
coming
all
off the
3 games
62.
in the group stage, you're playing every 5 days, right? You're playing like Monday, Saturday, Thursday, and then you've got a week off, I think, before the next round. I mean, it's like a slightly congested November, December timeframe would have been anyway. So, I mean, this is my thing. It's like when you play over the summer, you don't have an off season. In this situation, they have a longer season than normal, earlier in April, earlier in August, later in May, extra games in the middle for the World Cup. But like the time where you're going to start to be fatigued is May, not December. So, other than the risk of injury that wasn't even sustained playing for your own club, which is a real threat to a lot of these players, I don't necessarily know that anyone's going to be, tired out by this.
Well, listen to this. I've just looked back through all the games, and of Brazil's last 9 games, Jesus started 0, came on twice, once for 27 minutes, and once for about 30 minutes. That's it. He is not playing many games for Brazil.
Does Brazil still have 9 players whose name ends in Everton? It's like
Probably.
There's like Weverton, Everton, Beverton. Like there was one friendly that I was watching where every single player just about ended in Burton or something like that. It's bizarre.
Yeah, just seeing what people are saying. But no, it looks like so we can now rule out of our squad of players. Only one, Xhaka, Partey, and Saka outfield players are playing. I'm happy with that.
I think, and I know you said outfield. I think Turner is going to be the starting
definitely
keeper for the States, and that was not always the case, but I think he will be. And how do you start Pickford over Ramsdale right now?
Bloody hell! Everton haven't won a league game in 7.
But he's going
Ramsdale,
to start Pickford, isn't he?
Ramsdale has had 6 clean sheets in away Premier League games out of 8. That's because I told you, Gareth Southgate is an absolute fucking dipshit. He only got to where he's getting with this squad because the squad is so good. Imagine if they had a decent manager like Arsene Wenger in charge of that. England would win the World Cup.
I don't know. I'm torn because, I mean, he's no good as a manager, but he's gotten to, a final and a semifinal in the last 2 international tournaments. But
yeah. But if that wouldn't have been in England, I don't think we'd have done as well.
That I would agree with that. I thought it was coming home. But
Tommy's injured though, Avon. Avon says
not
Tommy is playing at least the group games. He's injured. It wasn't even sure they were going to take him.
I don't think he's too injured to play.
I don't know what level of injury he is. I'm going to go and have a look at physio room and see what it says. And then I'm going to hit you with the deets.
I'm going to go call Colin Lewin and see.
Tomiyasu on the 3rd of November, he had a muscular issue. I've got some CBD oil in my mouth, so I can't talk properly. We don't want to take a risk. We will see in the next 48 hours. Ruled out for the next game. So he's ruled out until Boxing Day.
For us,
I think that's how it works.
All right, here we go. Here's one for you, Danny, from Fuck Gaming. Question for Danny and Mike: how long do you think you'll be remembered from the day that you die? Well, it depends on who you're asking. like who you're looking to remember. Like, I think my kids will remember me for a while until their new daddy comes around. Other than that, I think as I'm dying, people will forget who I am. Like when I'm in mid-death or whatever that is, people will be like, I used to watch this podcast, but I don't even remember how to find it anymore. So I'll just go watch Arsenal Vision as usual.
As I intend to belly flop out of a helicopter into the away end at Arsenal Spurs, and I'm taking a dozen of them fuckers out with me as I splat on the floor, I think I'll have a chant for the rest of time. Well, it's on YouTube, isn't it? YouTube's immortal. We'll live forever. If anyone's watching this in the year 3000, let me know how we're getting on.
I think when you die, all of your YouTube videos get erased. It's like in the
Don't.
it's like in Back to the Future when the pictures when you erased off the picture because you changed the time space continuum. So
Avon says that Tommy's been included in the squad. I know he's in the squad, but he won't be playing. Well, we'll see. But he's not a starter for us, is he? So
you could say he's not anymore. Yeah,
Zinchenko back.
Zinchenko's healthy, and Tierney's still
Petito.
For
Petito's just seen the Cristiano interview. He says, "Wow, that is some good shit." We've got more questions, dear boy.
Yeah, they're not that good, to be honest with you. But
what? Have they been slacking?
Do you Google the symptoms before going to the doctors, or Google the diagnosis after hearing them? You have to Google the symptoms before going to the doctor because otherwise you're not gonna know the awful diseases that you have, and then you go to the doctor and find out that you don't have them.
Could well be the case.
I Google the doctor's pictures, obviously, before I go to the doctor.
Yes, important to know who's fiddling with you.
But how about you? Do you when you feel something go awry, do you get on Google to look for what that means?
Yes, when I had my dodgy balls,
I was just about to say, when you have one ball larger than the other, do you go?
No, it wasn't large ball larger. So when you damage your balls, it puts like a Malwam sweet. They're about that big, aren't they? About that long and just quite thin, about 1 centimeter thick. You get this growth over your balls when you feel like when you play sports. If you've been kicked in the balls, just to protect them, it swells up and then that turns up. So I just Googled what that was. Well, I Yahoo'd it.
I just take a picture and then I do the reverse Google image search to see if it qualifies as anything. But normally, I think that might be why my computer's not working correctly for the podcast.
I asked Nick about the problem with my leg when it all swelled up and went red. So I just had an infection. Luckily, I insisted that the doctors give me antibiotics for it in the start. It just took a month to go away. So it's all gone. Went ages ago. I'm fine now. I've got achy shoulder, but I've been doing a small amount of lifting just to try and get some muscle back in this shoulder because it's not working properly. I've always had even back in the 90s, I had a problem with this shoulder. It always drops down. You can always put your finger in between the top of my shoulder and the actual bone of the shoulder. Just give it a little squidge and it will go in. So it's never been secured in place. So even now when I do that, it drops down, as you can see from looking at my picture. The other one, perfectly fine. Wiggle it like that. Does nothing. This one, crunch, 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 crunch. I think I need a bit of string in there to tighten it up.
This is clearly the best content on Twitter or on YouTube. I'll have a big medical update next week, I believe.
Tomiyasu is training with a Japanese squad. Good. Do you eat watermelon?
When it's placed in front of me, but I don't go out of my way.
That's a strange view of whether you do things or you don't.
Well, I'm a lazy guy. I don't seek out watermelon. I don't go like, hey, I want some watermelon. But if someone says, hey, we've got some watermelon, would you like a slice?
Yeah.
Then sure. Do you prefer your watermelon in?
I don't eat it. Pointless.
All right. So then, chat. Do you prefer your watermelon in like long, skinny slices, kind of like a slice of pizza, or do you like a chunk of watermelon, like kind of more like a wedge, or do you just stick your hand in the watermelon and grab a handful?
Have you ever seen a hippo eat watermelon? You ever seen a hippo eat watermelon?
I've seen 3.
There you go. I like honeydew.
Is that when I pour honey all over myself?
Yeah, and I lick it off. ESR, there's a photo of him on Twitter today looking all fit and ready to go. So I think he'll be back for when the games restart. Watermelons are aphrodisiac. Oh, hang on. Are we talking about the fruit? Demsek, you sir, are deviant. I eat it with a spoon. Yeah, fine. I like the honeydew. I eat those with a spoon. A little
I
teaspoon.
noticed you said it slightly differently that time.
So a slip of the tongue. Mark prefers chunks of honeydew melon.
That's your
Loki,
pet name for me, Honeydew.
Loki's taking it to that level again. People just drill a hole in it. What a waste of a melon.
Yeah, that could work. You have to have the right size drill bit though, because you don't want it too big and you don't want it too small for sure. So
no, that's just Americans that do shit like that. Sai says ripe mangoes in tropical countries are amazing. They stuck in US.
My favorite fruit since US
they stink. They smell like cat piss. I hate them. Sean loves them. I think they're disgusting.
No. I'm not saying mangoes are my favorite fruit. I was about to do the real reveal.
Oh.
It's funny because I've been railing against this fruit being placed on pizza for years, and I still
I've put banana on a pizza before.
But pineapple is delicious. It's freaking amazing of a fruit to eat. I could eat multiple pineapple-i, which is the plural of pineapple, and fuck you if you don't agree with me.
He's gonna hate.
I just got really edgy about pineapple. It makes me like that.
No need for that.
All right, so if there's no more comments, I don't feel like I really had a lot to offer tonight. Mostly because the computer situation really threw me off. But
the computer says no.
Next week, I will be uploading things during the week so that I will be sure to have the proper content up. But next week, big medical update. Big travel update as to when the next time I'm going to be in London, and a big update as to why I'm going to be in London. Lots of potential things going on and lots of things that have gone on, and you're just going to not want to miss these things, because how else are you going to know?
They'll be out of the know, and that's no good for man nor beast.
No, I mean to be walking around life not knowing the latest that's going on with the honeydew.
That's my nickname for you now, my honeydew.
And this is my honeydew melon, right? All right, so yeah, I think we're done.
Especially if these scumbags haven't got any more decent questions.
Yeah, there was one in here which I don't even believe is true, but not in American refrigerators anyway. But why is there a fridge light but no freezer light?
I think because freezers. Standalone freezer. I've no idea. Maybe because it's higher up. But the chest freezers, my mum and dad's chest freezer had one, because it was about that long, about 3 inches long, and used to rock it to turn it on and off. But my freezer's above my fridge, because for the fridge I use the most, I won't be able to reach it. Apparently, most fridge freezer combos, the freezer's at the bottom.
Well, yeah, there's two. Well, there's the one where it's top bottom, like there's a large fridge and then a freezer at the bottom that you pull out, and then there's the left right, which is like the refrigerator I had growing up was the left right.
Oh, mine's the opposite to what your first one you said was. The freezer's at the top and the freezer's at the bottom.
Is it a separate thing, or is it like a little
one
section of the refrigerator that
it's about a third of the size of the fridge, and it's on top? It's all integrated. Gets on my nerves. I like it to be a bit bigger.
When I got to London in our first house, everything was like Victorian, like all the furniture and stuff was all fancy, and the basement was the kitchen was in the very bottom level, and that was my first experience where we had what I call a dorm fridge, essentially a refrigerator the size that you would like put it into your college dorm or your uni. It was so small, and I was like, how are we supposed to keep all our food in this thing? And
found the answer. Mark and Loki reckon bowls would break if it gets too cold. And now this one that my mum and dad had,
not if it's in the appropriate
bowl.
casing. I mean, if it's just a bulb like sitting out in the open, then maybe. But
the one in my mum does. It was encased.
I'm not buying that. Just encase that shit.
Encase it. There we go. Demsek is a which way should you eat a banana? I snap my bananas in half, and then that's how I eat them.
You don't just stick it all the way down and then close your mouth over top of it?
Nope, snap the fuckers in half. Partly because that's the only way I can open them, and partly it doesn't look like you're having sexual congress with a banana. So I snap the fucker in half. Sexual relations with a banana, that's what Clinton said it was, wasn't it? We don't have sex or everything. Something like that. The other day, here we go. Petito is a nurse in New York. The other day, I had to give a 98-year-old man CPR. All I could think of while doing it was, what is the point?
so you're amongst friends, Petito. I mean, did you try hard, or were you kind of like half-assing it? Like, were you just going through the motions, as they say, or that's sad. But I mean, yeah, giving a 98-year-old. Do they still do the mouth compressions, or is it just? Mouth compressions. Do they still do the breathing into the mouth, or is it just chest compressions now? I think I heard something where there wasn't the making out with the dying dude anymore.
No,
I remember in high school we had to take like this safety class, and
he broke his ribs.
And you're laughing at that.
Fucking hell! No, it's in terrible. Old and fragile, not enough calcium. They the bones decalcify, don't they? The older you get, which is why old people need. My mum's 78, and so 2 years ago, the doctors gave her what she thought was calcium tablets. So she's been taking 2 of these calcium tablets every day for the last 2 years. Until in the summer, she looked at the box, and it turns out they were cocodamol, which is 500 milligrams of paracetamol, and I think 50 milligrams of codeine. She's been taking 2 of those every fucking day for 2 years. And
then getting in the car and driving over to see you.
She's a dribbling mess at the best of times, poor woman. Hopefully I meant to message her, didn't I? I've got WhatsApp on the PC. You're going to have to message me, mother. Oh, is it too late? I was going to get some shopping delivered.
They use a bag. What's her name? The breaking the ribs thing just reminded me, and if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to spoil it, so I won't talk about exactly why it reminded me. But some good shows on Netflix lately, and they're all like the Watcher and the
I've
Sinner.
seen that. Very good.
The Watcher and the Sinner and the Cooker and the Baker and the Candlestick Maker. Everything's like but yeah, the Watcher was. That was intense. It's pretty cool. Have you seen The Sinner?
No, that seems a little bit too...
It's 4 seasons, and each one is like a little different, but with the one main character who's played by Bill...
Nye?
What is his name? Yeah, he's played by Bill Nye. Bill Paxton, is it?
Oh, yes. I've heard
Pullman.
of him.
Bill Pullman, not Bill Paxton. Different guy. But yeah, it's a really good show. We just finished it off. And now we're watching it's another British. There's only 4 episodes of it. The fuck is it called?
Old Man Tries to Remember Shit.
It has Stanley Tucci in it.
Stanley took us.
And I don't like Stanley Tucci, but I like this. It's pretty good. But what the hell is it called? Well, anyway.
Shall we? I'm going to ring my mum. Shall I ring her live during the show?
Sure. Just tell her you're on the podcast with the Jew.
My brother's.
With the honey Jew.
I'm after ringing the house phone. She lives at my brother's to look after him. And his answer machine always comes on and it says he's not in. He hasn't left the house in 10 years, apart from the hospital a while ago.
I still love that double ring. Reminds me of Pink Floyd in The Wall.
Answer the fucking phone, woman.
Hello?
Hello, are you in?
No, I'm gone out actually.
I'm coming down to see you.
No.
No, I'm not. You're right. I'm doing my live show at the moment with the Jew. Do you want to say hello to the Jew?
What's up? What's up, hot mama? I miss you.
Hello.
He says, hello, hot mama. He misses you.
Oh, that's
Now, where's the microphone on my... I think it's there. I was holding the wrong end. There you go, like an old person. Are you coming over tomorrow? I might get some shopping, but there again, I think I've got 21 minutes to get the shopping organised.
I think Tuesday might be better.
Over Tuesday, that's good, because then over Tuesday I can make sure I've got shopping coming.
Right.
Are you feeling strong?
Yeah?
I put half of those sweets that I bought, put them in the bin.
You didn't.
I did.
No codeine for you this time.
I was telling them, because they're full of sugar, I was telling everybody about that story about you and your calcium tablets. And Mark says, good news, your mum didn't have a headache. Why were you getting headaches then if you were taking these cocodamols?
Oh, I keep getting headaches anyway. The stress of living, isn't it?
The stress of living. Well, you are nearly 90.
I know. I'm drawing my pension soon.
Yeah, you've got your pension years ago, woman.
Shush.
Yes. Right, that's all I wanted.
Okie dokie.
Do you want me to get you any cakes or cheese rolls for when it comes?
Cake might be an idea.
Tea cakes?
Yay.
Or sponge cake?
Well, whatever. I eat cakes anyway.
Lily, anything.
Yes.
All right, then.
I can vouch for that.
Hello, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hello, Mom. Love you.
Mike
Take
said-
care. I'll see you soon.
Mike says he'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, then.
Love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. All over. She's coming over on Tuesday, so I'm gonna have to see. I've got one tab open for cat food to remind me to do it. Now I've got to go to Tesco, leave that tab open so I'll see it later and go, oh yeah, got to do some shopping, innit?
So Tuesday gives me time to come over. So
my mum doesn't really like. She doesn't eat much. She's only 4'10", and she lives on tea cakes, yeast bites, which are a kind of energy thing, and tea. She's a vegetarian as well. She has been for most of my life, I think. And so she got a terrible fucking diet. So we're trying to give her protein bars and energy drinks because she's like flying around like a blue-arsed fly, as she says.
Protein shakes?
Yeah, I try. See, my body needs my brain sends a message down my spine to my muscles and go, hey, muscles, hey, you know this protein from the food that's coming? Make it into energy, will you? And it sends it all the way down to my brother, and it doesn't get there. And so I used to try and have protein shakes, whey protein and hemp protein, and all they do is give me the shits. My body needs protein, and so I have extra protein, and it gives me the chronic shits. That is a crying shame.
Speaking of people asking questions that make absolutely no sense considering who's asking them, what does Mike Hers know about Thanksgiving? They don't. I mean,
do they have it in Guatemala?
No, that's my point. I mean,
shameful.
He gives thanks for being, on a podcast that he doesn't go on. But other than that, and he spelled gentleman wrong. What is your favorite dish and why is it mac and cheese? My favorite dish at Thanksgiving is turkey. Like I hate all that other stuff.
Sometimes Sean eats mac and cheese.
We don't get
it's
mac
one
and
of the
cheese.
things that I say to her, don't fucking cook it in this house because it stinks. It's just pasta and cheese, isn't it? Macaroni's a pasta.
I like mac and cheese, but that's not a Thanksgiving dish that we've normally had. They have that
stuff for poor people.
Cranberry pudding stuff, which I can't stand. They have the sweet potatoes or yams, which I also don't like. I honestly, just turkey and gravy. And
but we don't even have turkey anymore. We have chicken because they're virtually the same, and it takes about an hour, 6 hours less to cook a turkey. And a chicken, you can get a nice chicken here for 15 quid at Christmas, a large one. A turkey, we get it from our local butcher. It's probably going to cost. Last one cost me about 60 quid.
Yeah,
deviant.
Turkeys got really expensive.
They did. And
they know it. They know it too. They walk around in like these suede jackets and fancy clothes.
Well, for Christmas we will go to the local butchers, and then we'll have a chicken which is from one of the farms around here, and we'll have usually a big gammon. We'll have that, and then that'll last us 3 days of the same dinner every day for 3 days. And George cooks it at her house just across the road because I won't let her cook in my house. because it is like a scene from the Muppets when she's cooking. Birdie, 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 bird, everything. Use every single pot and pan, and it's fucking chaos. So I'll say, no, look, I'll pay for everything. You cook everything, and then Sean can help you with the washing up at your house.
All right. Well, now the show's starting to make me. Now the show's starting to make me hungry, so it's going to have to be time to finish up.
Well, there you go. That's fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Christmas. We've got our advent calendars. We've got wooden ones. They're like little houses that you put little gifts in them. And so we got those out there. I bought one for my mum because she didn't have one. So that's my mum and my brother will share that one between them. And then we just put chocolates and sweets and things in them, which is nice. I think you'll agree.
It is very nice, except F Christmas. Christmas is dead to me.
If I said fuck any one of the made up things that your lot do, I don't know, shingles, is that a celebration you lot do?
Shingles? Yeah, I caught a case of shingles.
Yeah, or whatever thing you do. Don't go besmirching the I don't know what religion that's from. Just make it
bah humbug.
Not.
But next week, huge Magic Mike update on a variety.
Huge. The artist formerly known as Mr. Feinbergen.
Feinbergen.
Did you listen to the same old Arsenal podcast last night with me? I
must say I did not. I was at the event.
Yes.
A very highbrow event for the American School of London.
Oh, is that where you were? I thought you were just out with people watching the game.
No, after the game was the reunion event where I hobnobbed with a couple of political reporters who are now in touch with my daughter who graduates journalism school in 6 months. So doing a little bit of parenting.
Oh, you're worn out after that now.
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't watch the same one. So I watch it except for when I go to the pub to watch a game and then go to an ASL event. Otherwise, I'm always watching it. So I wasn't able to, but do watch anything that is put out by Bergkamp Wonderland, anything that's put out by the Gooners podcast, and quick announcement: the Gooners versus Cancer 3rd annual FIFA tournament is still in the registration phase. It was due to start tomorrow. It's being delayed by 2 weeks for a variety of reasons. Some of you in the chat, at least one of you or your son is in the tournament. I'll be making an announcement, but note that it's going to be starting now the Monday after Thanksgiving, or for people who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, the 28th of November.
Are you thankful?
And it is, I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for the Sunday roast, but it will be in cooperation with AFTV, which is going to make it just incredible. It's going to be we're going to have fan cams after each game, screaming at the person who lost and calling you blood. It's going to be amazing. Big news from Mike. Let's put this up here. This is actually, I actually do have a soft spot in my heart for. I love young kids, especially Mike Hurst's young kids. So congratulations, youngest boy started walking, and that is impressive because his youngest boy was born 9 days ago.
Oh,
so you're really
another one on the way next week, I should think.
Cranking them marathon runners out, and that's it. So, anything else, Danny?
Well, I don't think so. Looking forward to the World Cup, are you?
Oh, I love the World Cup. For some reason, this one doesn't feel real, but when it gets started, I will probably be watching every minute of every game.
Those fucking scumbags. How do you think the group? If 1, 2, 3, 4 in that group, how's it going to end?
In our group?
Yep.
Iran, Wales, England, US. I just want us both to go through so that
USA top, Wales second,
USA's
England
not
third, Iran last.
USA is not finishing top. I think
England will fail to make it due to shit draws, and everyone else. England will draw with Iran, and then they'll draw with Wales, and then maybe draw with you. They'll draw all the games.
That happened almost in 1990, if you remember, in
Yeah.
the Italia World Cup.
Yeah, I expect that.
The England group was with, like, I think Egypt and Ireland or Scotland.
Oh, don't ask me about World Cup football. I watch it. I watch it because it's football. I don't watch it because I know nothing about World Cup football.
Yeah, that game was like separated by tiebreaker after tiebreaker. That group, I remember, but yeah. So anyway, we will talk about this next Sunday night because
We will indeed, sir.
It's going to be a massive 9-hour show on next Sunday because we're going to have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And speaking of shit draws, as you just mentioned, it's time for us to go. So thank you all for spending, aka wasting, the last 90 minutes with us. And we will see you next week on the Sunday Roast.
Thanks for watching the Sunday Roast with Mike and Danny. This is sometimes Mike, and this is Dan, and we have fun. Here's Berglano, and here's sexy Mike riding a horse. Danny loves junk food. We know he does. And Mike does tricks. We love football, but hate talking about it. So we made this show. Why you watch it, we don't know.
But it's fucking hard work. Get off me, you buzzy cunt. Fuck off. I hate them.
The Sunday Roast is a joint production of a Bergkamp Wonderland and the Gooners Podcast. Join us every Sunday night at 10 p.m. for all the entertainment you didn't know you wanted, but can't live without. Have a great week, everybody. We out.
Bye-bye.